I'm going to present today about the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things by me, Jalen. So first, what are the Internet of Things? It's a proposed development of the Internet in which everyday objects have network connectivity, allowing them to send and receive data. So how does this even work? They need to have network connectivity, and network connectivity is the way that devices essentially talk to one another. The Internet of Things allows objects to be sensed or controlled remotely, creating opportunities for more direct integration of the physical world into computer-based systems. The Internet of Things has been evolving since the beginning. Many more devices are now on the market due to an increase in analytics, machine learning, sensors, and embedded systems. In my presentation, I'm going to give you guys some examples of some internet things that you guys might know of or use. I'm going to start with the very first one to be invented, which was a 1928 Coke machine at Carnegie Mellon University. This machine was the first of its kind because it was able to report its inventory and whether newly loaded drinks were cold, which I guess is pretty cool, especially it being in 1982. So it's very ahead of the game. The second thing we have are smartphones. Um, I remember growing up as a kid that there were a ton of commercials from ADT about how you could lock your garage, you could set your house alarm, and even set your security systems all from your phone. And I remember those commercials vividly being a child. And I know those were on like really older phones, like the first generation iPhone and like Blackberries. So it's really cool to see how even from then we've had some influence of the Internet of Things. But I feel like the smartphones really are the way in which we can use the Internet of Things, as like the diagram I have on my PowerPoint, how you could connect it to your photos or the washing machine and such. And I know the most recent advertisement I can think of is that there's a couple on vacation and his wife turns it to him and is like, "Hi, did you lock the car?" And he was like, "Oh no, I don't know if I did." So he turns around and opens his car app and can lock their car from the airport, which I guess is really great if you're a forgetful person. So that's one benefit of them. The next thing we have is the Nest Learning Thermostat. This thermostat costs around $230 to $250. And this device can auto schedule temperature, turn itself off when nobody's home. You can control it from Wi-Fi, and it helps you save energy. The website claims that the amount of money you use to buy this device, you can essentially save on your electricity bill. So this is very helpful for us, of us that want to be green and environmentally safe. And I know it comes in about 4 different languages. The next thing we have is the 2012 LG refrigerator. This costs about $2,800 to $3,499, depending on what size, model, if you want stainless steel and such like that. The fridge has temperature sensors, child lock, and door alarms. I know even some of its competitors have a display on it as big as an iPad, so you can have a calendar, you can make lists and stuff, so very helpful. Also, I know there's another commercial where the wife calls her husband and is like, "Honey, do we need any eggs?" And he's not in the kitchen. He's like, "Why don't you use the app to look inside?" And she does and can see inside that she has plenty of eggs for whatever she's making. So I guess that really helps if you forget things and whatnot. Next is the Belkin Wemo, which is a device that can turn on and off your appliances from anywhere. You can essentially receive notifications from your phone, like when your dryer is done, and stuff like that, or when to turn off the lights, or if you want to turn on the AC so your house is cold before you get home from work. And this cool thing really costs about $50, which I think is really not too expensive compared to the other 2 things I've already mentioned. So I think that's pretty cool. And the last thing I have are digital speed limit signs, which you've all pretty much seen across highways. When you drive by, it has sensors. They can calculate how fast you're going. So it doesn't really need to be plugged in and stuff. It's probably always telling us to slow down. So in summary, these devices are, I think, pretty cool and neat and make us more. I even think they can help us be more energy efficient in the future. And if we are forgetful, it's very helpful for them. But like with most things, there's going to be some concerns or criticisms. So I'm going to address some of them. And the first one is privacy. Someone could potentially hack your phone through these devices or get into your app from there. So you just want to make sure that you're not if you have cameras, like you have to get in a certain way to see the cameras in your house and whatnot, because you don't want anyone to see that and scope out when they should steal your things. And then with privacy comes security. How secure are these devices and the apps we use to connect with them? And hopefully that won't open doors for people if they can get into your car app. Hopefully they don't get into your Instagram and your Twitter and your bank accounts, because then more damage will be done, essentially. The third thing I can think of is design and like the interface. I know it's hard to learn new things, especially if the interface is really hard to interpret or understand. And like, how long will it take for one to understand the device and know how to program and go through it before it is functional? But I know some people might have some issues with interfaces and design, so that could be a thing. And then my last point would be environmental sustainability. Are these devices recyclable and green? Will they really hurt the environment when they start to erode? Do the manufacturing plants use a lot of coal and stuff to make these products? Are they made out of steel or aluminum? So just being aware that hopefully these products can be recycled or be like passed on safely into our communities and stuff. So in conclusion, I do think that the Internet things are really cool. I think that in the coming future, we'll probably have more things connected. I just really hope that they're secure and safe and you can really lock in your privacy just to make sure. You never know what's out there, but I really do think these things are cool. I would totally purchase the Belkin Wemo because I always forget to turn off the lights and stuff. So I think that's a really, really cool thing for us. So thank you so much for watching my presentation.